All right, I'm going to show you what we're working on next, but also talk about this individual that we located. And this is an individual who has been working with Fernando and a couple of the other ones that were attacking our business for no reason whatsoever. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC, Crystal Age Technology Screens, and what we call from time to time Cardboard PC Kingdom. Well, we build cardboard, or we build with cardboard, or PCs out of cardboard. Anyway, so yeah, there was this guy called Derrick Wilson. He called himself a minister. For those you don't know, he was attacking our company. He was basically sending off tons and tons of emails, I'll say hundreds of emails to our accounts and slamming our accounts, making it impossible for us to reach out to our customers because this guy was bombarding our account. So was Crow 1176, which he's being handled with already. He's already been addressed and he's going to be handled with. This is another one of the individuals with that group that were visually going out and attacking our company. So as he got a little bolder, he started sending out messages back and forth to our company. Not only that, he got physical. He started sending packages to our property. He was sending letters out to other people that were in the surrounding area. He was making false accusations against our company and everything else you could possibly think against my personal, personally myself. We found multiple YouTube accounts by Mr. Williams that have already been copied and recorded, so that way we can get ready for court. I am going to go forward and I'm going to file criminal charges against the individual. I will be filing a lawsuit against Mr. Derrick Wilson for basically prosecuting and attacking my company. I do have him in voice recording, contacting us, ranting on the phone, and these crimes were committed in public housing unit that he was actually inside. Actually, he's living in. And as I said before, and you live in a community like that, they have extremely, very strict policies about doing these kind of activity. Because again, it brings bad blood back to their building. It makes their buildings look bad. On top of that, it's hard for people to get into those facilities. And as him being a single man, being able to get into a place like that is a blessing because, again, I told you, they kind of swing toward single mothers and they swing toward families. A person that's single, is really hard for them to get in there. So, with that being said, he's going to get an eviction notice. He's going to be on his way out. On top of that, he's getting arrested because, again, he openly attacked our company. We have multiple emails which we're pushing through right now on the account. All this stuff is being printed up. We found multiple YouTube accounts with my name on them. Literally took my name and placed them on a YouTube account. So now we have identity theft. So there's multiple charges that we're filing against them. And on top of that, like I said, with the harassment, cyber stalking, and everything we have, attacking my sister, attacking my family, carrying on and acting up in such a way, we are, yes, filing criminal charges. I'm going forth on filing criminal charges. I'm going forth on multiple lawsuits. And we're going forth on basically contacting the building which he's in to ask for his removal. Because the actions, even with the impersonating of a priest or minister, clearly you can see those actions. There's a computer in his establishment. If you say you don't have one, you pay a Comcast account, right? That's what you have, Comcast. That's your internet service. So you have internet service. That means your name, address, all your information's on those bills, which means it tells the timeline on when you were in that apartment and when you were using that service, which means you were using that service right around the time you attacked our company. Also, too, they can go back and check the IP address. They can also trace back on that Comcast account and see exactly where you were going. You don't think because you're surfing around the internet, they don't know exactly where you're going, because they do. You got that whole thing where you go into Facebook and you're looking at something on a website where you're looking at radios, and you go to Facebook and there's a pop-up will come up about radios, the very same ones you were looking at. So yeah, your activity is being tracked while you're online. That's why we use proxies over here. But anyway, as I said before, yeah, we can get all that information in no time at all. So just know, Mr. Williams, we'll be seeing you soon. I'm going to go forth and filing all charges. We want maximum sentences for everything because of the way you went out and openly attacked their families, the way you went out and basically used the United States Postal Service, which we have letters here. We'll show the judge where you attacked us multiple times and sent out letters, disturbing letters to my mother, who's now passed away, and also to family members who you attacked. Mr. Fernando, new charges are being brought up against you. You know why? Because we had you in messages saying that you're going to send someone to my sister's house to mail letters to them. So we have that. And that's right in the timeline where Mr. Williams was sending that kind of nonsense to our site. So guess what? New charges are being filed for you first thing after the holidays. I'm filing charges along with him separately, and I want you to be added to your separate charges that you had involvement in this activity. This is why I tell you at the end of the day, stop doing this dumb stuff. All that stuff is going to catch up to you. All that information we're gathering for court is catching up to you. I think Mr. Williams feels that there's no way he could get caught. He's right there on a Facebook feed impersonating a minister. First things first, he has that name splattered everywhere. Minister, brethren, Derrick Wilson, he has it up there, clearly showing that you are laying claim that you are a minister. That's something else too we have to talk to him about also too, and a couple places we have to go to report him and get their investigation started. So I just let you know before I start my day that yeah, I've got I finalized on it. I thought about it, and it needs to be done. So I'm going to go in and file charges. So again, we'll be reaching out to, I think it's Maryland, I think public housing. We'll be reaching out to them to basically track down your whereabouts, but to get information on basically requesting that you have been in your apartment or home where you've been at involving the housing authority. I think it's a house over there. It could be apartment because housing authority does have apartments. And contact them and let them know that you've been openly attacking our company inside their building. That's an automatic eviction notice right from the door. And we can show proof on the Facebook account, which we recorded and documented, showing that you are impersonating a priest inside of their building, and inside that building where you have been contacting us over and over and over again, calling yourself a minister, which you are not. There are just so many levels to this, it's not even funny. The fact that he was contacting our company, impersonating a minister, is enough to get him booted from the building and arrested. So that's it. We're done. We'll start our process after the holidays. We'll begin the process. Right now, they're gathering information on them. So we got enough. We found multiple accounts with my name on them, with your face on those accounts. We got another one called Roast. We found that one too, all of them, and they've all been duplicated and ready to go for court. So, mind you, if you're convicted, you're looking at over 50 years in prison. That's a long time. That's fraud against my business. That's cyber attacking. It's cyber harassment, cyber bullying. These can carry anywhere from 5 to 10 years alone for the cyber bullying alone. And you're being sued. My company's going to sue you, and you do not have the money because you're in public assistance, which means you don't have the money to pay us, but you're still going to get sued either way. You know, you're blessed to be in an environment like that, and you chose to take the blessing that you got, steal from God in the process while you're doing it, and turn around and attack someone's company. So you're on your way out and you're getting sued. So I think roughly a lawsuit would be fair for you is around about $260,000, $270,000 is what we're going to request. We don't care if you don't have the money, you're going to pay it. So that's that. Keep in mind, you will lose your public assistance, so you know that. Any criminal activity, anything involving impersonating a priest, all that stuff, yeah, you go under investigation when you're on SSI. So guess what? He's going to lose his monthly payment. He's going to lose it. But this is what you get when you abuse the system. Because we can clearly show that you're making money and you're claiming to be something that you're not, and they're not going to be too happy about that. It's going to come up either way. They're going to find either way. We don't even have to report it. It's going to come up either way. Once it goes through Housing Authority, all that information goes through. They have all that information on him because you have to show and apply that you're eligible to be in that unit. It's automatically going to come up what he was doing. And it means they're going to put him on investigation, and then it's like he's going to be terminated from his SSI where he's receiving food stamps, or it's going to be gone. Now, again, as I said before, for people who want to sit there and say, "Oh, at the end of the day, you're making fun." No, I never said making fun. I was actually in that facility myself. I told you that before. See, y'all hear what y'all want to hear. That's what it comes down to. Y'all pick and choose what you want to hear. You put comments in the bottom of our videos trying to make us look bad. You do know I got somebody watching my accounts, right? So just to let you know. But anyway, as I said before, I already told you, I lived in that facility before. That's why I know all about it. And I know people who work in that facility. I know a lot of people in City Hall and stuff like that. I know people in zoning. I know about these places. So again, those places are for people that are getting a second chance to get on their feet, get a home, a place to call their own, and a place to build from. And that's what they do. And I got plenty of people who I know who've lived in these places. They respect these places. It's a blessing for them to be in that environment. And they work hard to try to build themselves up, get better jobs, give them a chance. It looks good when you have a place that you can have, people can send a resume to or a resume from. That's a good start. And they try to find better jobs. And the community doesn't tear you down by saying, hey, look, you can't get a better job, you have to work here, you have to stay on welfare. They don't do that. They're trying to help you move to next stages. The next stage out of there is probably just buy a house, get a house of your own. Or maybe get something bigger or something like that. Or maybe start a business other than inside the unit, because you can't do that, start businesses inside the unit. I know, because I had a friend of mine, like I said, she did hair, and she was told that she would have to move the business elsewhere. They don't want trafficking moving in and out of the building. That's why. Other than that, if you're running a business, I don't know. I can't say at the end of the day what the rules and regulations are. But they're really strict on a lot of things. I know that for a fact. Because again, like I said, we lived in those facilities. So I know about that stuff. But anyway, yeah, he clearly broke every rule in the book. Every rule in the book. And I didn't even know he was basically public housing until he made the statement on his Facebook page. And I was like, wait a minute, you're in public housing and you're doing that kind of nonsense? Oh, no. You're going to get an eviction notice. Definitely from the door. You didn't realize that, Mr. Williams, that the building that you're in, you can't do that kind of stuff. The fact that we have multiple videos showing you slandering our company, using our company's YouTube tag and slandering our company within that building. That's an automatic termination of your lease. They have very, very strict policies about that kind of stuff. And then the fact that you're impersonating a minister, which means once that's reported, they're going to request your documents, your license, all that stuff they're going to request. What church are you? Same thing I'm going to ask you. The same exact thing I asked you, they're going to ask you. I don't know why I want to ask people stuff like this. For some reason, they feel like the police or FBI or any agency is not going to ask the same questions. They're literally going to ask the same thing I just asked you. Anybody's going to ask you the same thing. If you're open up and asking for donations, you're trying to have a charity fundraiser, the first people I ask about you is your ID, information, all that stuff. Okay, I need to see all this stuff on the door, because I could be donating to anybody. You guys could be ripping me off. Who's not going to ask for that information? So I find it interesting that on your account, the host button that you think would be going to a church, like an online church or something, that talk to people about helping them walking with Christ, goes to a Facebook page that talks nothing about e-bikes. I watched every single video. There's not a lot of them on there. I watched them all. And it does nothing, says nothing about Christ, talks about Jesus, nothing whatsoever. It's a long conversation about e-bikes. But in every single video, you have a donation there. You have a donation through PayPal. You have a donation through Cash App. They're right there. And yet you're not even a minister. You're not even a priest. So this is the reason why, with this evidence we have, is the reason why that we have enough to go forth and begin the processing. I'm going to go down to FBI. I'm definitely making an appointment with them. I'm making an appointment with Allentown Police Department. I'll go down there. I'm going to take your information, everything we have, and put it down there so I can get a docket number on you, because that holds more weight when I contact Housing Authority. I'm going to go over to 4 agencies that deal with people impersonating priests. They deal with that. Give them all your information, give them all the videos we found on you, send it over to them, so basically they can start their investigation on you, and we can get a docket number from them. Each person gives us a docket number for us to look up whatever we actually had to follow against that individual. And once we're able to obtain your whereabouts 100%, you know where you're at, because we have to contact Housing Authority. We'll get all that information for your address and all that pretty soon. We're going to start the process of the lawsuits. And the lawsuit you're going to be sued for is around about $270,000 is what you're being sued for openly attacking my company. I even have you on voice recording, contacting me, screaming and yelling on the phone, calling me a scammer, a rip-off artist, all these things. And this is what you continue to advertise on your YouTube channel, that we were scammers, we were rip-off artists. That's what you did. You slandered my company, right? So $270,000. You're lucky it can be worse than that. I can get you for $1 million easily, very easily. So you're going to have to show proof in court that I'm this person. If you can't, then guess what? You're going to lose your shirt in that place. And again, that is openly fraud against my business. Going in and making false accusations against my company is fraud against my business, and that's what I'm following against you, because I know fraud will get you an automatic 30 years. So that's basically about it for me. I got to finish my screen over here, working on got a couple of new games I downloaded for the Gamer Paint coming in. Got updates to do, stuff to test out. I got a lot of work to do. And I don't have time for nonsense at the end of the day. You guys want to play stupid games, you can win all the stupid prizes you want at the end of the day. I ain't got no problem with hauling you into court. I have no problem with taking away your livelihood. I got no problem with taking away your financial, all that. If that's what you want to do, is no problem. I told you we'll find you. Every single one of you. Mr. Rogers, you're next on the list. We'll start the process with you one by one. I'm going to take each one of you down, have you in a courtroom, and I'm going to sue the daylights out of you and throw you in jail. That is my promise in 2025, and I guarantee I'll get every single one of you. If you want to gang up on my company, now it's our turn to strike back. The difference between you and me is the fact that when we strike back, it's going to involve prison time, lawsuits, and a whole lot of nightmares. There you go. Next time, learn to act like adults before you go around attacking people's companies and thinking you can do whatever you want. It doesn't work that way. All right, that's basically about it. Mr. Rogers, we'll see you in court soon. This would be the time to repent. This would be the time to find God.